y'all, I want to talk about food stamps. Yes, that can be a very controversial subject, I know, but I'm on this long ride, so I might as well talk to y'all about something. Now, here's my thinking about food stamps, and I'll tell you, I have received food stamps 3 different times in my life. Once when each of my children were little and I was a single parent and I lost a job temporarily. Back then, food stamps came in these little packets, little paper. They were like $5, $10, and $20 denominations, I think, if I remember correctly. Now, when I got food stamps the first time, I was so embarrassed and so humiliated, y'all. I mean, I went literally 3 towns over to grocery shop. I did not want to see anybody that I knew. When they rang you up, you had to get your little packet of food stamps out. You had to tear them out. You couldn't tear them out ahead of time. So right there at the cashier, with everybody in line watching, you had to tear out your food stamps and you had to hand them to the cashier. Everybody knew you were using food stamps, okay? And I was humiliated. I always worked. I worked my butt off. And I paid my taxes since I was 15 years old. First time I got them, I think I had to use them for about 2 months. Got another job back when you could go for an interview. You just dress up nice, you take your application, you go down there, fill everything out, you meet with somebody, have an interview. Next thing you know, you leave, you've got a start date and a new job. Okay, we know it's not like that anymore, or else I would be working right now. Second time, same thing. I was a single parent. I had a baby, and I needed some help temporarily. That time, I think I used food stamps for about 3 months. And let me tell you something. As soon as I got another job, I called my worker and I was like, guess what? I've got a job. I don't need these food stamps anymore. Cut me off. And you know what those ladies told me both times? Do you know nobody ever calls us and tells us that they don't need their food stamps anymore? That is rare that anybody does that. We usually find out because we do a check on their social security numbers, and we find out that they've been employed for a few months and they are still receiving their food stamps. Well, it's tempting, but it's wrong. Then the third time was when I lost my job and my unemployment ran out, and I got food stamps. Now they put them on a card. It's like a debit card. So it's not as traumatic to use. And I have them right now. I mean, when you go in and you go for benefits of any kind, they automatically do an application. I get $16 a month, y'all. $16 a month. And, you know, that's not very much, but it's a lot more. I mean, you could do a lot with $16 if you're hungry, okay? So you know my story with food stamps, and I know there's going to be people out there that are going to thrash and trash me because I'm using those benefits. Well, you know what, y'all? I worked my butt off from the time I was 13, before they started taking taxes, until I lost my job in 2012. So I have paid my taxes. I have paid into the system. I would be working right now if somebody would give me a job. So do I feel bad? No, I don't. So what this video actually is could live entirely off of Pepsi and Ding Dongs. Seriously, y'all. If that's all I wanted to eat, candy bars, chips, cookies, junk cakes, soda, whatever kind of junk food like that, I can buy that and I can spend every penny of my $16 and they don't care. Now, that is wrong. That is wrong. And I've got 32 sweet teeth. Sweet tooths, you could say. I mean, and I admit it, I am a sugarholic. But they need to overhaul that food stamp program to where you cannot buy chips, soft drinks, candy bars, donuts, cookies, and all that crap. Why do you think our children are obese? It's ridiculous. And grown-ups too. I mean, a lot of people, y'all, I watch people's carts and I can almost pick out somebody that's on food stamps. I'm serious. And if I was the president, that'd be one of the first things I would change. I would make it nationwide. You cannot buy junk with government-funded money. Now, I'd have to spend some of my own cash if I wanted to get a donut or I wanted to buy a candy bar. And that would be just fine with me. It'd probably be healthier for me. Although I try not to spend a ton of money on it. So there's the thing, y'all. That is a program that is in the shitter, if you ask me. It's ridiculous. And something needs to be done about that. It really, really does. I remember when I lost my job and I lost my unemployment, I got $196 a month food stamp benefit. Now, that's a lot of food, y'all. You take away things like paper towels and toilet paper and shampoo and Tampax and candy and sodas and all of that stuff, that leaves quite a bit of money for food. It's a lot of food if that's all you're buying with it. Now, that's my rant on food stamps. And we need to change that. I would dearly love to have an hour or two with our president. Now, he might not, he's so busy thinking his own thoughts, he probably wouldn't even listen to me. And God knows the poor man's got enough going on. I don't know how anybody functions like that. But I would love to be the head of the food stamp department for as long as it would take to get that thing overhauled. And these children would stop eating all that sugar. Now, would they get fat off beans and potatoes? Maybe. But it would be healthier for them. So anyway, guys, that's enough of that. I want you to do something fun today, and I will talk to you on the next video.